Hello, Chester here. Today we're going to play in the Timeless 1K tournament for this month. So I'm bringing in show and tell for now because the frog deck is really uninteresting for me. It doesn't have any new cards compared to this one. We're trying to explore if Orcish Bowmasters and Rakshas's Bargain is good into Mardu energy, which I expect is a lot of the field. So the concept here is that your win con instead of Mastermind's acquisition into Second Sun, you're just going to loop two Bowmasters over and over with Hullbreaker Horror, pinging your opponent. Do note that this one win condition is at instant speed. So you don't even have to worry about having born upon a win just to win on the stack. You just have to find your bowmasters. And a lot of your spells, dig spells, are instant speed. So you shouldn't really have any problems getting to two bowmasters if you need to. And as for the sideboard, you do gain another slot, which we add one more curling ritual here because Mardu energy now packs a lot of permanent based hate. And this is just simply the best card to hate on the hate pieces, as well as trying to survive the onslaught of tokens. We have Leyline of Sanctity here as anti-discard, but this is only brought in if your opponent is on a grief scam package. You don't really bring this in against Mardu Energy because against Mardu Energy, our plan is more on trying to control the game instead of trying to dig for the combo fast. I found that works best against the Mardu matchup because you do have to Milligan to Oblivion just to find the Leyline of Sanctity. And if you do that, you don't really have time to find the combo. Sometimes they just outright kill you with one deafening silence and a bunch of Ragavans or Pride tokens. So this is mostly targeting the Bailmerk decks that did exist back then. They might show up, they might not. And if you aren't really expecting any of those Bailmerk Grief decks, you could probably replace this with Commandeers, but I chose not to since replacing this with Commandeers does make the Belcher matchups or Dark Ritual matchups better, but at the exchange of having no sideboard cards versus Bailmerk decks. If you don't have White Leyline, you're pretty soft to Grief Ephemerate decks if that exists. So I'd rather have this than try to commandeer my way out. Anyway, let's play some games. Okay, first round of the match. We're up against Lurrus Energy, Mardu Energy. This is a fine hand to keep against them, though they have the advantage since they know where show and tell and could probably just look for hands that have Thoughtseize in them. And we're trying show and tell because we're testing the theory of this card being good against Mardu Energy. I also have Bowmasters to sort of pivot into the control role against this matchup. So let's see if this works. Otherwise, I would have gone with Esper Control, but that deck doesn't have anything new, so I think this is more fun to play for this tourney. Okay, very strong start from them. Let's just fetch for green source here. Don't want a brainstorm because I have one. Okay, we just take the hit. think we just brainstorm here. Should have gotten the black land instead. I'll let this happen. Failed to get. Failed to get. Do you call that? The combo. Oops. I don't want the demonic shooter, but we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 damage next turn. So I have to rely on the dig through time here. 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11. Yeah, I don't think we can win at this point. They still have it? Probably, right? Top deck. I think we still can. Okay. I think we got this. Okay, we got the loop. Are they gonna make us play the combo? Nice. That was clutch. So against this matchup, we want Fatal Push, Force of Vigor, Culling Ritual, broke the case. Don't want Mana Drain, Born. We can trim down on, let's see my spreadsheets. Demonic Shooter, Waterlog. Okay, let's try this. I don't think this hand is capable as good as it seems. Yeah, let's mulligan this one. Like this sort of hand is better because the first hand could be dead to Itotsi's. If they got my Hullbreaker Horror, that would be a big problem. Now for this one, they're just gonna have to choose Calling Ritual or Brainstorm. Okay, let's start with the fetch. We're gonna Surveil for green. Peddler is actually annoying here. Gonna have to Brainstorm. Let's do this. Though we can certainly still lose from the spot if they have another discard spell. Yep, that will do it. My god. Need to top deck Atraxa here. Nope. 4, 6, 8, 10. That's enough. Raptor is crazy. Let's cut an Atraxa for Veil. Let's play first. Okay, this is a good hand. We have Veil, we have Brainstorm. Just gonna Veil of Summer here. It's a free card. Other thoughts is can just do this. I think I want another Veil of Summer. Let's just cast another Veil. Okay. I think I would just want to Bowmasters here. Let's just Brainstorm. Don't want the two lands here. Let's see what they take. Just go for Undercity Sewers. There's a Show and Tell. think I can do this. Like I just fetch for hedgeways. As much as I want this, I just need another land.
What a beautiful day, brother.
Could actually just die to that on Johnny. Okay, let's do this now. Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna die here.
I will not rest until I find my brother's killer. To me!
We can block one of them. Nice. Start with Morgan. Okay, perfect. We can get Hullbreaker Horror now. Now we start the loop. Nice. GG's, GG's. All right, second match. Let's play first. Okay, very good hand. We're up against Burrow's Burn. Though they seem more like a prowess deck. They have Slick Shot, they have DRC, they have Swift Spear. Let's just lead with the Flooded Strand here. We need to find the third land quick. Nice, they're trying to dig for something. Let's just fetch for Veil of Summer or Hedge Maids. Need another and I know they don't have surgical. We have technically two dead cards here. Unless they cast bump in the night. Oh, not like this. Nice. We have we got the thing here. Okay, let's get the waterlog. Hopefully they get what I'm trying to do here. Nice. Okay, they have a bunch of roiling vortex post board. Okay, we don't need Born here. Don't need mana drain. We'll need Fatal Push, Force of Vigor, Abrupt Decay, Culling Ritual. Not really sure. Think I'd rather have Leyline of Sanctity for this matchup. What else? Let's cut Ibo Master for another Leyline. Okay, we found the Leyline. I guess my main problem here is Slick Shot. Okay, this holds off like 2 turns of clock from the Swift Spear. Okay, I guess that works. Okay, now we hope we don't die yet. Let's just get Breeding Pool. Get another bargain. might be dead. One more attempt. They have it. Yes, they have it. Hmm. Guess I'm fine with this. Let's play first. No lands, no keep. This has show and tell in it. It's probably keepable. Lead with this one, so you can cast Bowmasters. Don't want another brainstorm. That is perfect. Though you could argue I should just find land number 3 for show and tell. I feel like I'm safer this way. Wow. Okay. Now the question is if they have the Roiling Vortex. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Let's just play this out. Nice. Match 3, we're up against Golgari Belcher. We're up against Correa. This would be a great hand, but we're gonna die turn 1 anyway. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Let's keep this. Let's just counter this. Hmm. 5. Let's see if they hit the land. Okay. Man, right, for this matchup, we want ley line of sanctities. Want to cut these. Let's do we cut Pierce Veil. Let's play first. We have to mulligan this. Okay, we have the Pierce. Let's just get the tree. I think I can keep this. You have to remove the veils. They don't really have grief or something. Now is the game we mulligan to ley line. Guess this works.
Innovation, a tool is a weapon in the right hand. let you win.
Oh man, it's round four. We're up against Spy. Pretty much what we're looking for is just mana drain. We don't have any other interaction. So let's hope for the best. We have game versus this deck, games two and three, but that is unlikely. It's an uphill battle because you basically lose game one. You also lost the die roll. Let's see, they have grief, they have sacrifice. Yep, they have sacrifice. There we go. And yes, basically we just lose here. We take like all this damage. And the zombies return. For this matchup, we want Leyline, even though it does nothing really. But Veil, hmm, I'm just gonna board in a force of vigor just in case. Take this out, take this out, take Atraxa out. What else to cut? Guess we can cut some Veil of Summers. Let's play first. We're gonna aggressively look for Spell Pierce or a Leyline. A Spell Pierce found. They could just have like something like grief sacrifice, and we're just dead. But it is what it is. Guess we're just gonna have to hide the Spell Pierce. Okay, they have reanimate. It's a pretty cool pivot from them. You have to counter this because Spy is a creature. Perfect. Let's hope we can still win this. We're likely to lose, but we can hope. Hmm. Not really sure what this accomplishes. Okay, guess we try to do this. Okay, we lost. Yep. Hey, round number 5 against Hollow One. This hand doesn't do anything, so let's mulligan. Okay, I think this is a bit better. Just gonna lead with sewers here. They only play 2 Thoughtseize. So we should just try to combo off as fast as we can. But of course, I need to counter some things here. Really try to stall for time. I think I'm just gonna play Bowmasters here. That is one less blocker to worry about. Let's just pass the turn. That's an empty. We say no. I'm just gonna trade here. Okay, we got show and tell. Since we're out of cards, we're just gonna go for Atraxa here. Let's take this. Nice. The post board, they have 2 more Thoughtseize, Vexing Bubble, Leyline of the Void, Flute. So looks like this is a Veil of Summer in matchup, Fatal Push in matchup, Burst of Vigor. I want Calling Ritual here. Yeah, maybe I want Calling Ritual here. Abrupt Decay is also nice. Mana Drain doesn't work. I don't need Mana Drain. Born Upon the Wind, don't really need that too. So what else do we cut? And trim down on teachings, maybe bargain and bowmasters. Okay, this is a pretty good hand, I think. Not fast, but we have Veil of Summer, Orcish Bowmasters again. Okay, can try to buy some time with Orcish Bowmasters. Maybe not now. Yeah, unfortunately, this is all of my watery graves. Okay, we just have to kill the Mako and maybe stop the fear of missing out from attacking. Okay, let's play Veil. Perfect. Nice. Welcome back. So sadly, we went 3 and 2, losing to Green Black Belcher and an Oops All spell deck with Balustrade Spy as its win con. So unfortunately, the I think the Spy deck was pretty much a hard matchup because we only had Leyline of Sanctity here. But since this gives me hexproof, it doesn't really matter since they target themselves. And against the green black Belcher deck, I think it was pretty close. They just simply had better hands. I think it was really winnable for that last game if I had successfully countered the liquid metal coating. But other than that, I did ask for Kapala's feedback. He made it to top 8 playing the deck, and he did find that he wanted maybe an assemble in here and also a hollowed fountain, probably just to hardcast Atraxa. I omitted that from my list because the hardcast Atraxa line rarely comes up. And with all these utility lands we're running, we already have like 2 tap lands here, 3 islands, and all these slots for teachings. Well, I guess we could cut a teachings for a hollowed fountain. That doesn't change anything much. Though I do think we need an assemble here or two just for those matchups where we really need to speed up our game plan. We don't run the full four because the reason we cut assembles in the first place is it is bad against Mardu energy, which if you would check the tournament, only a few players actually played Mardu energy. So the show and tell decks that run assemble the team is strictly correct for that kind of meta where you don't really have any decks that focus on discarding as their main source of disruption. But I think it's really important to have more demonic shooters in your deck. It just adds consistency, even though you don't always want it. That's why it makes sense to run only 2 of these, and maybe even one, even just to have the fourth bargain. Let's try to. As for the sideboard, you could always replace this with Commandeer, but again, it's really meta dependent. If you don't expect any grief decks, you can take this out. But with Force of Negation, it should be easier. You just take this out or Spell Pierce. Yeah, maybe it goes into the Spell Pierce slot instead of this Leyline of Sanctity slot. Because sometimes Leyline of Sanctity does come in handy if you ever have to face the Bailmerk decks. Anyway, those are the main changes I make. So just to recap, we cut a teachings for a hollowed fountain to hardcast Atraxa. Sometimes it's also an untapped land, Rakshasa's Bargain. We cut one for an assemble. We also cut an Atraxa for an assemble. The four Atraxas makes sense, I think, if you're running mocks. But here it can be an assemble the team just to help you find what you need. I think that is the change I would make. But I'm pretty sure the win condition of having bowmasters and looping it with horror is correct. The bowmasters really help a lot against the aggressive decks. So for example, in that Rakdos Madness matchup, the Orcish bowmasters easily just bought us a lot of turns by killing a Darcy, by blocking a Nethergoyf multiple times. It just does a lot for little cost. It's both a win con and a removal spell. It's also a fog. This card is so broken. Anyway, that's it for now.